Tonight, to make closing arguments, testimonies. Our next speaker is a man of few words. A great friend of the university, I.S. Leevy Johnson, a partner in the law firm of Johnson, Toll and Batiste, the owner of Leevy's Funeral Home, serving you from two very convenient locations. 1831 Taylor Street, 9120. In 1970, I.S. Leevy Johnson made history by becoming one of the first African Americans elected to the South Carolina General Assembly since Reconstruction. In 1999, this great man received the highest civilian award, the Order of the Palmetto. Well, law is his profession, education is Mr. Johnson's real passion. This evening, he is joined by his mother, Mrs. Ruby Leevy Johnson, a daughter of a teacher, his wife, Doris Wright Johnson, the daughter of a teacher, and his son, my favorite student, Chris Leevy Johnson, a teacher in his own right. Tonight, IS will pay tribute to his favorite teacher, Mrs. Katherine Davis Thomas of C.A. Johnson High School.
Dr. Crydell and the sponsors of this program for the diversity. You have heard from presenters who earned A's and B's when they were in school. I am proud to represent those who made D's and F's. We thought when Mrs. Thomas gave us D's and F's, that meant doing fine. And I'm so happy to report to you that my honoree, Ms. Katherine Davis Thomas, was very, very compassionate. One of my dear friends is in the audience. His name is Ralph Mims. We were students in Ms. Thomas' English classes. And one day she gave us a test. I was copying off his paper. And to this particular question, Ralph wrote down the answer, I don't know. And I looked on his paper and I wrote on my paper, I don't either. Not long ago, I watched a televised panel discussion on teacher accountability. The panel was composed of principals and superintendents and other educational administrators. The discourse went back and forth describing teacher techniques, educational philosophies, teacher preparation, and dedication to the calling. One panelist in the heat of debate made what I thought was a curious statement. He said that if the choice had to be made to hire a teacher who loved children versus one who loved education, he would choose the one who loved education. The inference was that teachers who profess to love students as a reason for their being in the teaching profession could be used as a smoke screen, as smoking mirrors. They might be lacking in the ability to transfer knowledge or the willingness to teach. On the other hand, the impression was that teachers who love education are more willing to be thought of as hard teachers, more willing to teach difficult courses, and give priority to students' learning. And those teachers who loved education had the ability and the confidence to master their subject matter. When I think back to the classroom experiences of Miss C.V. Davis, that's how we knew her in high school, and now she's known as C.D. Thomas. And you can see why I like her so much. She's got alphabets in her name, and I've got alphabets in my name. I remember that she was a teacher that loved students. And she loved education. At that time, I suppose we did not know how special that was and how lucky we were. We probably did not take special note that no child was left behind. She loved us, but she was definitely no pushover. On the contrary, she demanded great effort on our part, and she had the highest expectations for us. She was a steel magnolia, soft-spoken, but strongly worded. Moreover, she validated her students. She looked us in the eyes, acknowledging our existence, signifying our importance, and promoting our promise. It was also clear that she loved education. She loved her subject matter, English. She loved seeing her students learn and reach that aha moment where the light bulb turns on and the thirst for knowledge is ignited for a lifetime. What a gift. But when a teacher accomplishes this, it is magical. That was the teacher we had in Katherine Davis Thomas. And it is still the teacher that she is today. I don't want y'all to draw any conclusions about her age when I tell you she has been teaching for 51 years. She taught in School District 1 for 38 years, in Alaska for 3 years, at Midlands Tech for 3 years, and for 13 years, she's been teaching teacher education at Benedict College. In a few weeks, we will approach the 50-year anniversary of Brown versus the Board of Education. That case outlawed separate but equal schools, or more accurately, separate but unequal schools. There will be considerable discussion about that case, and during those discussions you will hear about the inferior facilities that were offered black children. Those discussions will involve how black children, in some cases, had poor buses, but in most cases, had no buses. Those discussions will involve inadequate books and inadequate supplies. But one thing that you will not hear is that in those black schools that we had inferior teachers. You will not hear that in those schools, those children received poor classroom training. And you will not hear that in those schools we had inadequate supervision. In those days, the best black minds taught school because blacks were excluded from so many occupations and professions, the best stood in front of a classroom every day. So we had the benefit of being taught by genius. I hope that Katherine Davis Thomas current students know how special she is, and I hope that they appreciate this master teacher. I certainly am, and I shall forever be grateful for the indelible impression that you have made on my life. Thank you very kindly.
As Craig mentioned earlier, there is a wealth of talent in this room. There are several students in the room. I see some of our own graduate students. If you are a student and you aspire to be a teacher, would you please stand tonight? If you are a student and aspire to be a teacher, would you please stand? I see other distinguished people in the audience. I see Dr. Elmer Bird and others in the back. If you are a teacher or a retired teacher or educator, would you please stand tonight? Tonight we conclude our tribute to teachers the same way we began. The sounds of the best shout band in the country.